Let's do this.
Woohoo! Let's do it. Episode number 301.
Yay.
Hooray. Alyssa, hi.
Hey, Katie.
Welcome. Sometimes we have episode topics where you're like, I need this. I need the therapy. I think this one might be one for me.
Yeah.
I need the therapy.
This is going to be like social media 101.
Oh, it is? Okay, great.
Because the reason I say that is because we have social media episodes.
Lots of them.
Where we have brought in experts.
Lots of them.
Because we don't necessarily feel we are the experts here.
Well, I do think that running social media is a marketing job.
Yeah.
And whereas I do believe it's maybe part of your real estate general job, there are experts who just do that.
Yeah. And so before we lose you, and before you turn this off because you're like, I just don't feel like having a social media episode, we have good news.
I don't feel like having one either.
This is I'm excited about it.
Great,
because
I'm so glad.
It's going to be the most simple, basic social media episode you've ever heard on any platform.
You're going to try and convince me to continue using social media.
Okay.
Great.
I'm surprised by this. I thought you loved it.
I used to.
I did notice you've fizzled.
My stories are not even, I'm not even doing my stories right now.
Why? Tell us about that.
I have the social media burnout.
Tell me how you feel.
The burnout.
Okay.
I don't know. You tell us what we want to know, and then we'll come back to it. I just
thought that we all needed a reminder that social media isn't rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to talk about what you and I do with our social media.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different what you and I do.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. I'm not doing a job at all.
Well, I'm just, it's like I like to journal.
Yeah.
Like I'm a journaler.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I have journals that date back to the 4th grade.
That's amazing.
I still
love
have
that
them.
You still have them.
Yeah, I have them through every season of life.
That's cute.
My sister knows which ones to burn. No, they're all on paper. I don't have any online journals.
Yeah, I mean, just now you're using social media as your journal.
I sort of get the same satisfactory relief when I like sharing a picture and sharing a memory, and then it pops up a year later.
Yeah, that
and
is
2 years later.
Yeah, that is nice.
So it's, to me, I enjoy documenting.
I definitely enjoy documenting.
Well, then you need to get back to documenting.
Documenting and sharing are two different things, I believe.
Yeah, I think I kind of do a hybrid.
Feeling like something might slip through the cracks in your transactions?
Not anymore. We've got you covered with the Hustle Humbly buyer and seller transaction checklist.
They walk you through every step from pre-listing or pre-offer all the way to post-closing.
These checklists can be used however you need. Uploaded to your CRM, a transaction management software, your Trello, or even handed to an office admin or your assistant.
So you stay organized, deliver consistent service, and never miss a beat.
Whether you're brand new or a seasoned pro, these checklists help you work smarter, not harder.
Get yours at hustlehumblypodcast.com/checklist to run your business with confidence and ease. Yeah, here's my question. How is your social media account set? Is it private?
So I kind of go back and forth.
Okay.
Right now it's public.
It is public.
Mm-hmm.
And how many people are following? Instagram is where you do most of your posting.
Yeah.
Let's take this very base.
Okay.
You're not posting. It's linked to your Facebook, but you're only going to Instagram and posting.
Yes.
You're not posting on
correct
X or LinkedIn. Or
now, what's funny is it just prompted me to make a thread.
Oh no, I keep getting your thread alerts.
Okay. Well,
and I'm like, what's Alyssa doing?
I need
on
to
threads?
actually. So nobody has liked anything because I just have it set to.
It's just pushing it out.
I'm like, whatever, it can go on threads. I don't know what threads is. So so if you go to my threads account, okay, it's really humorous because it's like no like, no like, no like, one like, no like, no like, one like. Let's until I shared that picture of the kitten at the title company.
Oh, you were holding that baby kitten.
I was holding that baby kitten.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And all of a sudden, and it's like, do you want to post it to threads too? I'm like, sure, everything else goes to threads. So then I wake up to a bajillion, gazillion emails.
What?
And it's like, you have over 10,000 likes over 300 comments.
What did they say?
It has been sent to other people 88 times.
Oh,
and I don't know what the circulating one is.
They re-threaded it.
It's been rethreaded over 30 times.
What did you say in the body of this picture?
I just said, I had a closing and the buyer is a veterinarian. At the closing table, she whips out this tiny kitten out of her bag. She is assigned to help keep him with her at all times and bottle feed it every 1.5 hours until it thrives. So to closing it came.
Okay.
Okay.
What were the comments?
Okay. Wild. Okay. It's a mixture. I have all these cat people on me now. How do people
I cannot
even find this?
The thread?
Yeah.
You put it out in the public.
But do they have an alert set up for like
cats?
cat
Cat
content? Cat is that how Threads works?
I mean, look, you're asking the wrong lady.
Yeah.
But yes, I assume that okay, with any social media, the way the algorithm works or typically structured is that when you like something and you engage with it, they give you more of that type of content. Okay?
I see.
Because they want to keep you on the app. They don't actually care if you follow. They don't care if those people follow you. They just want to make sure that the cat people stayed on the app longer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why they want them to stay on the app longer? Because they want to sell them something.
I see.
This is where I'm disillusioned at this point. But the point is, yes, the cat people probably did receive your cat content. And what did they say in the comments?
Like such cat people that their usernames are like kitty lover. Okay? Like
I had no idea this was going to go this way.
Whiskerisms.
Stop it.
Yes, whiskerisms.
You were like,
commented, shared.
Are they happy or are they unhappy?
Like 99% of them are happy. One person gave their opinion on how that's not necessary and it doesn't need to be one. And then that sparked like 40 more comments of discussion. I haven't responded to any of these comments, but the cat people are having their own
in your post. In
my thread.
Yeah.
They are debating the livelihood
necessity of this
kitten.
Yeah.
Also, better ways to carry said kitten. Like one lady was like, I worked at a vet clinic, and if you can fit a kitten in your bra, that's the best place for it to be because it needs warmth and skin to skin. And then I have all these people sharing their kittens in the comments.
Oh my word.
Like it has gotten out of hand.
Oh my word.
All the comments and people commenting on the comments. So they're talking to each other and networking under my non-cat account.
This is so amazing.
I'm getting all their stories about cats they've saved.
Okay, great.
It's wild.
Please come back to us in 2 months and tell us you received a client out of this.
I'm going to be like, hey guys, I'm exiting real estate. I'm going to work at Cat Haven. I have found my calling.
The people need
the people have said 1 like for your real estate closing, 10,000 for the kitten.
At least you were at closing with it, so you did have real estate tied in.
Yeah, I did.
I feel like if Chelsea is listening to this episode, she's saying, this is why it's so important to put your personality into your content.
I just never thought. And so my sister texted me, my baby sister texted me and was like, what are you doing on Threads? How'd you get so popular?
Let me tell you, I didn't know about this post, but I kept getting these alerts that your post was on Threads. And I'm like, what is she doing on Threads? I thought the same thing. What are you doing?
I don't know.
You were just like, I just hit a button.
I just hit a button, so now it goes there too. But it's funny because if you look at my Threads account that I don't check, so if you message me or comment, I won't see it.
Okay.
But it's like 10,000
Nobody. You just got sucked into the algorithm on that post.
Yeah. What a opening story.
Okay.
For this episode.
I actually love the story. I also want, in case, God forbid, we lose another video or people don't watch our YouTube. You're wearing white today, and I am wearing black today. Oh. It was completely unintentional. I feel like you're still very excited and happy about your social media life, and I am going to be the flip of the coin.
When we scheduled this episode, I did not even know that you were in need of podcast therapy for your social media.
You just wanted to talk about this because why? Why did you want to talk about this?
Because I just served on a panel.
Okay.
And it was actually a really cool event because there was 4 different panels. And
they made you watch the others.
Yeah, I had to watch the others.
Okay.
And each panel was a different topic. So there was like a luxury agent panel. I was not on that one.
Okay.
There was a social media panel. I was not on that one.
Was there a cat realtor panel?
I was on the kitty cat panel. No, I was on like client communication, following up, building relationships.
Okay, right.
So anyways, but I took a few notes off the social media panel, but at the end of the day, I just found myself going, they made some really great points, and I'm like, it's not rocket science. And I
No.
know from our inbox of Hustle Humbly,
Mhm.
this stresses agents out so much.
And they spend so much time on it.
So much time. I also think that they believe without it, there's no business. Your business would fail.
Right.
They just put a lot of pressure
Yeah.
here. And while we have had experts on
Mhm.
and we have shared resources for those
Yeah.
who enjoy content creation,
Right.
using that creative side of your brain,
Yep.
scheduling posts. Like if that is your jam,
Yeah.
we have past episodes that share resources on how to do that.
Mhm.
You and I use social media casually and as sort of like a smaller part of our business, I would say.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily planning ahead all the time and pre-schedule it. We don't pre-schedule and
No.
all of that. So I just thought we do sell houses and we do have a real estate business without.
Agree.
So I thought maybe the listeners would just like to hear a very casual approach to
Yeah.
how we use social media.
Okay, good. You're doing a great job of this right now. You
Lately.
post when you're at closings.
Yeah.
You tell us the funny stories. You tell us. I think you're doing a lot. You show us hiding in this next to the house while you're like
Yes.
holding the
Mhm.
things that you don't want in the photos. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Way back in the day, when I started to really focus on my social media in 2018, I believe was the year.
I feel like you were focusing on social media before it was even this huge push.
Yeah. And now I listen to Gary Vee a lot.
Yeah.
And Gary's talking, and he is a social media advertising firm.
Mhm.
Okay. So he is a huge firm that works with big companies like Pepsi. Okay. So he knows everything there is to know about social media. He is on every single platform. He learns the new ones when they come up. He's agnostic to which one is good. He'll go anywhere. He wants to, he's pumping out content, right? And lately he's been talking about the shift that's happening and that your story is going to play exactly into this. The shift that's happening in social media is that it no longer matters if you have 10,000 followers, 1 million followers, 3 followers. You just started your account today. The content itself is what is getting responses and pushed out. So you just hit the Threads button, right? You didn't even know what Threads was.
No.
You're not working on this
I didn't
system.
upload a photo of myself. It took it from my
But
Instagram.
you made cat content that somehow people decided was good content. And as soon as people start talking about it, engaging with it, then the algorithm pushes it to more cat people. And let's just call that a good piece of content, okay?
Right.
So what Gary is saying is you could start a TikTok tomorrow and you could post a video that's a good video that people find entertaining, that it's something that people want to see or share or engage with or talk about or comment on. And you could blow up from this one video or not. So it's kind of like, Alissa, will you sell houses to someone in Baton Rouge, Louisiana because you showed a cat on your Threads where you were at closing with this baby kitty? I don't know. Probably not.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
I don't think any of them are local.
Exactly. So where I'm getting a little disillusioned on the social media is that because of the way there's so much content filling the pipes, right? Okay. So people are not going to come over to Alissa Jenkins' page and be like, I want to look at all your posts because I'm going to buy a house with you. They're going to randomly see a post about a cat. If they're a cat person, they might not even be here. Well, that's not changing anything about my business.
Right.
Now, do I think that you might meet someone in the world, a new mom at school, and they might go to find your social media and then see all of your content and be like, oh, yes, Alissa sells real estate. She's obviously a good agent. Look at her taking care of this cat at a closing. Look at her fixing this dirty roof or helping her client do. Yes, this is possible. I just don't think content is going to get you cold leads.
I agree.
Okay, great.
I also like what you just said because one of the notes that I took from the panel is someone said, like, social media shows the consumer or the viewer what they can expect,
Yeah.
who you are.
Right. You're going to hold the kitty at closing.
Yeah, if there's a
I
cat,
would not
I'll
have
hold it.
held the kitty.
You wouldn't have held
Their little
tiny
claws and teeth scare me so bad.
Oh, careful. We have a podcast and I don't want to be canceled because you don't,
I'm afraid I am afraid of cats.
I've learned that the cat
They're
community
very strong in their community.
is very strong. So we need to say nothing but praiseworthy
y'all
things.
do your cats.
Yeah, we love cats.
I just wouldn't have held the cat at closing.
We love cats.
I would have
Katie
been
loves cats
I would have
too.
been afraid.
Katie would have been like, come here, kitten.
I also wouldn't have held a snake.
Yeah.
Maybe a turtle.
Well, the whole point is that what I like to remind people when how to use social media, one of my favorite things is when I meet someone new, whether it's at school or an event or whatever, my goal is if I have met you face to face, I want to go add you on social media.
Yeah.
My goal is that the people that I am following or friends with on social media, I have met them. And this online platform is our way to keep in touch with each other's lives on a casual basis. Right. So when I meet someone and I get in the car after an event and I leave, the first thing I do is search them and see, are they on Instagram? Are they on Facebook?
Yeah.
And then I too go look at them and like, look at their family. Cute. Look at this. Look at their dog. Look at, they like wine. Me too. It's sort of like I just met you. Yeah. But I am getting a quick little snapshot of who you are, what you like, what you're into. And then I'm like, you're my people. Yeah. Now, for example, like I had I met a girl the other day and, we weren't quite the same, but I liked her. She's kind of quirky. Okay. And so I go to her, I find her on Instagram and it's all like cartoons. Oh. So it's, I don't like anime type things.
She made them?
She draws. Okay. But she also shares. Love it. But every single square was a cartoon or anime. Okay. Which is fine, but I'm probably not who you want to hang out with.
How do you know?
Like, I just felt like from her Instagram, we don't really have a lot in common.
Was that her business?
No.
That was just what she liked to share.
Yeah, she has like a corporate job.
Okay. Fascinating.
So it was fine, but it let me know, like, so when people go to your page or your social media. Yeah. But here's what was cool about it though. All her followers, like, just because I got curious, I went down the rabbit hole, okay? I clicked on her followers and all the profile pictures, like 90% of them were cartoons.
She was in a community, like where they knew each other.
Yeah, not on purpose, but like her Instagram followers were like her. Yeah. She's following people similar to her. Her vibe is attracting her tribe. Correct. And we are acquaintances. And now I know when I see her at the next thing that I can be like, hey, I didn't know you could draw. Right. I have something to talk to her about. That's good. So it's just interesting because I may go to somebody else's page and be like, I need to go have dinner with that person. With her, it's like, I'm just noting her special skills. She's an acquaintance. I don't know if I have a ton in common with her. Yeah. But I appreciate her, who she is. So the question is, when people go look at yours, do they know that you sell real estate, but do they also know who you are at all?
Yeah, they
do
know.
Do they know what your interests are? Yes. Do they know about your dog?
They know that I make bread.
Okay, yes.
Now,
these are all.
They know I like to garden.
Yes.
But they probably don't know I sell real estate from my page anymore.
Well, that's okay. Are you okay with that? Because you're.
I literally turn off the app almost every day.
How do you turn it off?
I hit the pause button. I get on it for 30 minutes and then I hit pause.
What do you mean pause?
On my phone, if I hit the...
Oh, you have a Droid.
If I hold for a long... So it's some people are like, I'm deleting it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it feels a little bit aggressive for me.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know that I want to break up totally, but I do feel like we need to see other people.
So is this a Droid thing? You have a Droid.
I guess. I don't know how to pause when I go to my app store, like my app drawer, there's Instagram. See, it is currently illuminated. Okay. If I hold my finger on the app, I can hit this timer like hourglass, and then it pauses it. Now,
What if you're like, oh, I made a mistake. I want to open it.
okay, so now it is paused.
I see it's
Okay.
gray.
So if I go to it, it'll be like, oh, you're paused for the rest of today.
Oh,
Do you want to unpause it? Or do you want to be like, you know what, you're right. I told myself I was done. It's
see.
sort of just a trigger for me to be like, I already
Think
said I was
twice.
done for today.
Yeah.
So it's a little less aggressive than I'm deleting all of my social media apps.
Yeah.
It's more like I took my 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then if something crazy happens and I feel like I must post it or I must go check my DMs, then I could unpause quite simply. It is back again, right?
Yes.
But I also think you are doing a really good job of proactively finding the people and then engaging with them.
Yes.
Whereas if we're solely focused on the output of content, you got to put out some really good content these days to even get in front of your own people.
Correct.
Much less get in front of new people. Like the quality of your content is going to have to be good, entertaining, funny, shareable. Like it's not just be like 3 ways to lower your interest rate in 2025.
Yeah.
That ain't going to do it.
No.
Nobody cares. Their attention span is short and you got to have visual hooks. They're like, and you know, I will tell you a story because I have been following and learning about social media hardcore since 2009.
Yes, you have.
I mean, I have taken classes since 2009. I have done like all manner of things. I remember, y'all are going to die. So obviously it was after Instagram started. So somewhere in the mid 20 teens, I guess. I listened to this podcast. I don't remember what it was. And they were talking about social media strategy. And they were like, never do the Instagram carousel. It will not work. We did research. Here's what happened.
What year was this?
I wish I could. Let's just call it 2017.
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. They were like, never do an Instagram. They just added carousels. They're not getting don't do them.
Oh.
You'd be better off doing blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
All right. Reels probably didn't even exist then. And then now people are like, do the carousels. They get the most shares and likes and la, 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 la. So my point is, everything comes and goes.
Yeah.
Everything, it just depends on, is it good or is it not? Because now everyone's putting out all these carousels because that's what seems to be getting.
And now they're adding more photos. So you can have longer carousels.
20 photos.
Longer carousels.
You know why? Because Instagram wants you to keep scrolling and stay. Oh, I'm swiping through. That means I like this. I'm staying here. I'm still on the app. Oh, there's an ad. I got to buy this t-shirt. I think in my old age, I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, I don't want to constantly be sold to.
Yeah.
And I'm annoyed that Instagram to me used to be this fun place where I got to see pretty things, quotes, travel destinations, la la, whatever. Maybe on occasion, something would be sold to me. Rarely. And now it's like, I don't even see the people I follow.
I know. That's frustrating to me.
I love to do my stories and look at the people's stories, but when I really stop and think about it, I don't know how many hundreds of people I follow. I see 10 people's the same 10 people.
My Instagram the other day said you are up to date on the accounts you follow. I'm like, I follow thousands of people.
You're like, I am certainly not up to date.
No.
So I think I'm just feeling frustrated with the process because, like we've talked about before, you see someone in person, you're like, oh, I just won an award because you think everyone saw, or I just got a new dog, or I just bought a new house. And they're like, oh yeah, because I got that new house. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Or I just got married. What?
Yeah, you didn't see on social media? I thought everybody knew because everybody saw
it. Because how many percentage of your followers see your post? Do you remember?
6?
It's like 6.
6%.
Like 5 or 6. It's very, very low.
Well, so in order for me to enjoy it,
yes,
I can't be on there I'm not going to post something if I'm in a bad mood or if I'm in a funk, right?
Yeah, good idea.
So it's like I can't make myself do this.
You can't fake it.
If I'm having a funny story or then I enjoy the posting.
Okay, right. This weekend I went on a trip and I made a little reel while I was gone.
So cute.
And I posted it.
Yeah, it was cute.
Nobody saw it because I haven't been consistently posting.
I saw it.
Thank you. I'm so glad.
I think I liked it.
But I'm with you. Something happened that I wanted to share, and I thought, this is cute. I'll share it.
Yes.
I mean, maybe if I put a cat in it.
Yeah, you need a kitten.
I should have put a kitty in it.
But we're different in that I forget that internet people or podcast people are real people.
They are real people.
They are real people.
Yeah.
I'm always like, we have, 10 faithful podcast listeners.
Right.
And you're like, no, Alissa, we have
They're real.
They're real people. And that's
Mhm.
why meeting our listeners in person drives me to keep the podcast going. Because I'm like,
Right.
these are real people.
They are real people.
So same for me on social media.
Yeah.
I have trouble DMing or chatting if I've just never met you. I'll
Yeah.
respond, but I don't feel any kind of connection.
Yeah.
When I met you somewhere and I run and add you on social media and now I can comment on your stuff and you comment on my stuff, to me that feels real.
Yeah.
Because I've met you face to face.
Sure.
You're really good at connecting with people, having relationships, friendships, like you can connect with people online.
Mhm.
And I have always missed that component.
I think you're doing it better than you think.
Well, I do what you tell me and make sure to reply to every comment.
That is true.
And I do think I have found that helpful.
Yeah.
It was so funny because whenever I woke up the next day.
You can't reply.
And it was like, you have 300 comments
Can't
on
do
your
it.
thread post. And I thought, Katie is going to be disappointed because I can't reply to all these kitty lovers.
That's okay. This one will let you go.
Yeah.
See, when you go viral, that's the problem. You can't even engage with all the people. So
No.
it's such a one-off to me.
Mm-hmm.
Going viral should really never be your goal.
And I think that's sort of what I wanted all of today's episode to be about, is that there are plenty of social media classes out there, how to grow your following, get leads, da-da-da-da-da. I just wanted to be like, hey guys, social media can be a really good way to maintain relationships with people that you have
Yeah.
already, with clients, people that you know. Like, worry about those people.
Yeah.
And I have gotten, I have not, I can't say I've ever gotten like a cold lead.
Yeah.
But I do think because I am engaging with people that I know,
They remember you.
they remember me. And when the time comes to buy or sell a house,
Mhm.
they call me
Yeah.
or they message me and say, hey, it's that time, we need to sell. And
Yeah.
I'm top of mind because I comment on their stuff and I see their
Right.
stuff.
Oh, I have a couple of past clients that happen to be in my 15 people I see in my stories that post when they're doing their gardening at the house I sold them, or post when they're doing renovations at the house that I sold them. And I love being able to respond and be like, oh my gosh, looks so good. This is so great. And we do kind of keep up with each other better. But there are hundreds of other clients that I don't see.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was more intentional, so I think you're doing a better job of being a user of social media and not being used by social media.
Yes.
Like, you have to make an effort and a choice. Like, I'm going on here to engage with people, not just to like put things out there and hope that it works.
And mindlessly scroll. Yes,
The
which I
scroll
get
is the
sucked in.
worst.
I get sucked in for
That's
sure.
why I have to pause the app.
But you know what has been so helpful for me to make sure my relationships are good?
What?
Using social media. So, I have the database spreadsheet.
Mhm.
I just have a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And it has about 450 people on there.
Mm-hmm.
That is people that I know. A lot of them are clients. Some of them are not. I go down the list, and
Yeah.
that is how I communicate with my database.
You're telling yourself where you talk to them, though.
Yeah, and then in the source or in the last contacted column, I have what I did last time.
Yeah, Facebook message.
But here's the thing. If you're going in order of your database,
Mhm.
I do think when you get to somebody, the first thing you should do is quickly go to their Facebook or Instagram.
See what's up.
See what's up in their life. Has anything changed? This is your cue to just think about this person and quickly check in.
Yeah.
Go comment on the last thing that they shared on Facebook or wherever. Oh my gosh, can't believe he hit a home run. He's only 4. Wow. Okay, whatever.
Right. Okay,
But we know how we feel when
Yeah.
people comment on our stuff. We
Mhm.
feel seen, we feel heard.
Yeah.
They feel that towards
Yes.
us. Like, do unto others, right?
Yeah.
So my point though is that when I'm going down the list, I am often surprised when I go to look that person up on social media. One, they're either not there,
Yeah.
don't have it at all. It is
Mhm.
a really good reminder to me that there are people out there that don't have any social media.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's like.
Probably blissful at
It
this
probably
point.
is blissful.
Are you tired of working with terrible agents?
That's why we are here, trying to improve the real estate industry one agent at a time.
And we need your help.
So hit pause, screenshot this episode, and share it with a fellow agent who could use some hustle humbly in their life.
Whether they're brand new or just need a little motivation, we've got the tough love and practical tips to help them and you thrive.
So go ahead, share the love, and let's raise the bar together.
I'll give you some stats though.
Okay.
So, active users as of January 2025, 246 million Americans use social media, covering 72.5% of the total population. So 72% means that 28% don't have social media.
That's actually really surprising to me.
Okay, now let's talk about the age distribution while we're on it. The largest group of U.S. social media users is 25 to 34, with 44 million active monthly users. Then the 35 to 44-year-olds are 40 million users. The 18 to 25-year-olds or 24-year-olds is 29 million users. The 45 to 54-year-olds are 33 million users.
So for our visual people, what age group is the most active?
We're going in order, I believe.
Okay.
The most active is the 25 to 34-year-olds.
Okay. Yeah.
Then the 35 to 44.
Okay.
Then the 18 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah. Now, Americans spend an average of 2 hours and 8 minutes on social media daily.
Oh my.
Oh my. All the things I could do. And I'm talking to myself. This indicates that a significant portion of their day is dedicated to these platforms.
Yeah,
in case
I
you
would
didn't
say
notice. The ad spend in the U.S. influencer marketing is projected to hit $6 billion in 2025. Okay, so brands are allocating $19 per internet user.
Okay.
So that means these big brands are starting to advertise more on your social media. Back in the day, if you got an ad, it was just like, somebody small. Now it could be anything. All right, do you want to guess what the leading social media app is in the US with the highest number of users?
I would feel like it's Instagram, but I think it's Facebook.
It is actually YouTube.
Oh.
Followed by, you want to guess number 2 and 3?
Facebook.
No. Then LinkedIn.
Why?
Then Facebook.
Oh, my word.
Okay. So Instagram, not even in the top 3.
That's very interesting to me.
Internet, and that doesn't mean your people aren't on that, but just because you're using a particular social media and it's the one you gravitate towards, there's millions and millions of people who are on TikTok all day, every day. I don't even open TikTok.
Right. Me either. I don't have it.
Like just because you're on one doesn't mean all your people are there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's just talk about internet users. In 2025, the U.S. population is 339 million people. 311 million people use the internet. That's 92% of the population.
Okay. So 8% don't use the internet at all.
Yep. Among those, 246 are the social media
When
ones.
it gave you the American stats, are we really high compared to other countries?
I wasn't really in the mood to be depressed today, so I didn't check.
Okay. I only asked because when I've done my travels and friend requested people, like I have some friends in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, people do use social media all over the world.
But they are not on there like we are.
No.
I know that. Like it's a lot.
Agreed.
But the thing to remember as it pertains to your business is that social media gives agents this false sense of security.
And this false sense of feeling that they're working.
Yes.
In my air quotes.
Right. You're not. Social media, nothing is harder for me than to hear a new agent be like, I posted that I'm in real estate and nobody calls me. And, and I'm like, you don't say.
Right.
You don't say.
They probably didn't see the post.
And with social media, you shouldn't post that, but you should show that you work.
Yeah, I think
show
that is
what you're
important.
doing. Mm-hmm.
If you're going to use it as a facet of your business, you really should be given the behind the scenes.
I don't know if I have ever, maybe in the very beginning, but it's been over 10 years since I have put, are you looking to buy or sell?
Yeah,
Call me.
No.
Like I haven't had to do that because if you go to my page, you know what I do and you see me at listing photos.
Yeah, and
prepping.
I think you're pretty good about your like sold posts are more about stories.
Right.
So there are photos of the house. This is sold, but this is what happened. That's crucial. Nobody wants to see your house with the sold banner, your house with the just listed banner.
Yeah.
That's not going to stop anyone scroll. And quite honestly, the algorithm isn't even going to show it to anybody.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
Right. That's why, like, whenever I'm going through my database and I realize how many people, and now that I know the stat, it might be true that
it's like 30%,
28% of people, like, I would say I did an experiment a few years ago just to see who was on social media because I wanted to make sure I was friends with all my people.
Okay.
And I would say about 30% of my database does not have an account.
Yeah.
Or I go to their account and there hasn't been a post in years. And I think it's a really good mindset reminder. It's almost like a mindset shift exercise to say, you think social media is the end all be all and that if you post it, everyone sees it, everybody knows it. But if you go through and actually look at your people, you will be shocked at one, how many aren't even on there? And two, even if they are, the likelihood of them seeing you is so small. So it may even be good for you to highlight those people in your database and remember they're not on social media.
Yeah.
So if you're expecting to keep in touch with them, you need to be calling, texting, writing them a letter every now and then because they're not seeing anything on social media.
Yeah. I think that's a good tip.
Yeah.
Did you want to read our friend's email? This one at the bottom?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay.
So we got an email from a listener that says, I'm struggling with some imposter syndrome right now, and I would love to hear from others. I'm in a coaching group, and the information has been great. I feel so clear on where I want my business and how I want to do it. I get nothing but glowing reviews and feedback from my clients, and followers say that they love my social media.
Great.
Here's where I'm struggling. I don't get interactions on social media. I've had 2 closings so far this year. I have a listing and a few other things coming up. But other than that, my pipeline kind of stops. I'm on social media. I'm having conversations at my son's school, online, open houses, but I'm just not getting the pipeline. Signed, Frustrated Mom.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Well, I think maybe get off social media. It's my first tip because I'm on social media. So I felt like it was as if that they were saying, I'm doing something. I'm on there.
Yes.
And I liked that. I'm having conversations at my son's school. So I guess the next question is, are you and Alissa? Do you then go home and make sure that y'all are friends on whatever social platform you're going to use? Do you comment on their photos? Do you DM them? Have you even looked to see if they post at all? Like, figure out. Same thing with like, I'm online. I'm open houses. Well, okay, fine. Are you getting an online lead? How do you follow up? Do you get them onto your email list? Do you send emails to your list? Because they will get that.
Like, what if you told open house visitors, hey, if you like to attend open houses, follow my Instagram. I post where they're being hosted.
I'll do virtual ones. You can just walk through them with me on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, you have to be, I think, a little bit more intentional than just being on there.
Correct.
What's the plan? And how long are you going to do that plan before you say this is or isn't working? How do you measure the results?
You know, I make my graph every year of where my business comes from.
Right.
And sometimes I have a hard time deciphering if I should put it in the social media column because I think without social media,
they might have forgotten you.
They might have forgotten me, or we might not have been as top of mind.
Right.
But I knew them from the kids' school. So
I put them in school.
Yeah, me too.
You're using social media as a tool, not the originator of the lead.
Yes.
That's different.
And that is why when agents hear social media class, social media strategy, I think they immediately feel overwhelmed. I have to time block all this time to create all this content and do all these things. And it's like,
right.
If you just went to work and were mindful of what you're doing and could snap a few pictures and document it.
Yeah.
That's all you really need to do. I do have another tip on that front.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I like to take pictures. I'm a picture taker.
Me too.
I'll like stop and take a picture of anything. And then at night, I clean out my photos.
Okay.
And sometimes I'm like, oh, that was a cute picture, but I didn't post it. Well, I'll just put it in my favorites. Like I'll heart it.
Okay.
And so it's in my favorites. So if I feel like I haven't really done anything today or I'm
you'll go
feeling
back.
uninspired, like today I posted about the turtle I rescued.
Oh my.
But
you didn't do that today.
wasn't today.
You're so smart.
But social media doesn't know that.
No, they don't.
So I'm here with you today.
Yeah.
And I'm in my leggings and my t-shirt.
You're not taking social media photos.
I'm not unstaging a house and saving turtles today. But my social media says I am because I took those pictures in the moment.
You're so smart. I do that all the time. I need to institute a better post, but like latergram.
Yeah, yeah. And,
and
guess
what?
what?
Used to do that? Latergram?
Yes. And you know what? It reminds me when, moms do the 1 month, 2 month, 3 month photos.
Oh, yeah.
But then they're like, oh gosh, this one's 5 days late, but
Nobody
they
cares.
just turned 4 months old. I'm like, nobody knows that it's 4 months and 5 days.
Do you want to hear the craziest story?
You don't need to do hashtag latergram. Like you don't even need to.
Nobody does that. So when Ainsley was born, I was like, okay, I don't even know if that had become really popular. I think people were doing it, but like, whatever. I just literally got on Facebook. I resisted social media as long as I could.
Okay.
Okay. Because when I was out of college, Facebook hadn't started. It started right after I left. Okay. So people were just getting into social media. I kind of missed the window. And then I was like very resistant. I'm like, this is weird. I don't want to be on it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I got my license in 2005. And then I started taking these classes that are like, you got to be on it. And I'm like, God. So finally by 2009, I'm like, okay, 8, 9. Like I'm married. I have this business. I'm about to have a kid. I guess I better be on this social media because they keep telling me I'm supposed to be on it.
Yeah, yeah.
For my business. So I get on it. I don't remember if I saw people posting month 1, month 2 of the babies. But when Ainsley's born, I'm like, I'm going to take a picture of her every day.
Oh, that's really sweet.
You want to talk about...
And post it? Or just...
No, just for my own records.
Okay.
Because I like to
every day.
record keep.
Yes.
So I'm like, I'll take a picture of her every day. Which is fine for a while. then, mom life, and I'm working, and I'm like, I would forget a day.
Yeah.
So then I would be putting her in 2 different outfits on the same day to take a fake photo. And then I'm like, why am I even doing this?
Just for your own
What's it
records?
for?
It's like sometimes you just have to be called out on it and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. You're right. That makes no sense.
Why did I think I wanted 365 pictures of this baby laying flat on this?
It was the hormones.
I
It
was
does
like,
that.
What am I doing? What am I even doing just because I can? And I couldn't. I wasn't even making it.
Right. You weren't even using
I
it.
failed.
You weren't even using it for content. That's hilarious.
But the amount of time I wasted trying to take this photo every day, unbelievable.
Gave you something to do.
But I guess my point is like, it's okay to abandon anything you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just like, you know what? This isn't working. It doesn't make me feel good.
Right.
I don't like being here. Today, I don't want to be on social media.
And some days I'm not, but
well, I like that you're just like pull out the photos from an old day.
well,
I'm
sometimes
today's
I'm
the
like,
day.
when I'm cleaning out my photos, I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That happens to me
I
a
need to
lot.
post it tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow.
Okay, well, that's good tip.
So because here's the thing, something magical doesn't happen every day.
No.
But when you see a good opportunity,
I know.
I enjoy capturing the moment. But sometimes I have 5 a day and 0 for a week. So I like to just capture the moments when they happen
Okay.
and then post periodically.
Okay.
So then I'm not having, and sometimes I post right then in the moment,
Yeah.
but sometimes I save it, like the turtle. So the point is, I just talked to this guy who has a pretty big social media following, and he was like, I have so much video and photo on my phone. I could not make content for probably 2 years and just clean out my
Just
phone
share this.
and use what I already have
Mhm.
and not create anything else.
Mhm.
And he's like, and honestly, that's probably what I should do because I have some really great stuff on my phone that I've just never took the time to post or share, And I thought that's probably a good exercise for all of us.
Right.
What's in your phone now? Like nobody knows that you didn't cook that for dinner except your spouse who's like,
right. They're not
wow,
following you
I
anyway.
see you posted that delicious lasagna, but we're having cold pizza for dinner.
Right.
Like your spouse
so
knows.
funny.
But nobody else cares.
No.
I mean, it's just about you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Do you want to hear some tips for social media burnout?
Sure.
Okay, I went to this lovely article from McLean Hospital, which was a mental health facility.
Oh.
Okay.
It's very important right
Very important. 5 ways to fight back. The most effective way to combat digital burnout is to simply log out, unplug, and relax. Those aren't the 5 ways, though. But it's not that easy.
No. Does it say that?
It says it's not that easy.
Well, I thank them for acknowledging that.
They said the 24/7 demands of our connected world make it nearly impossible to go cold turkey and turn away from our digital devices. With that in mind, here are a few real-world strategies for fighting the digital burnout. Are you ready for some strategies? Number 1, I love this one so much, so much.
Oh, tell me.
Many hearts. Don't respond right away. Many people feel the need to drop what they're doing and answer messages as soon as they come in. This could be a text also, y'all. Text, phone call, whatever. This constant sense of urgency can lead people to feel overwhelmed and anxious. To fight these feelings, set aside certain times of the day to answer your texts and emails and your DMs and whatever, your comments. Remember that not all communication is urgent. Most of it can wait.
Yeah, I definitely don't think you should have notifications turned on.
Oh, I haven't had those in years.
Like, can you imagine if you got a ding on your phone every time something happened on your social media?
You could come visit me at this mental hospital.
Do you know what would have happened with the cat post?
Oh, no.
That would have been wild.
No. All right. So don't respond right away. Just practice it. Practice, hide your phone for an hour. Mm-hmm. Just don't respond right away.
It's like a habit that you have to break.
Yes.
What is they say that like something that you're used to, like this, like constantly responding. You see something, I must respond now. My phone lit up, I must tap it. It's the neurons in the brain actually make deep channels because this is what you've always done. Mm-hmm. And you can reroute those channels, but it takes some discomfort while it's rerouting.
The brain doesn't want to change.
But you can change the route and be like, oh, my phone dang. I'm going to danged, I said.
Dying.
I'm going to wait 2 hours before looking at it. I don't know. I mean, you can train yourself to be patient.
Yeah, for sure. Tip number 2, leave it at work. Now, we're not in a business necessarily that you're just leaving it at the office, but it did say try putting your phone away when you're having dinner with the family, taking a walk, or watching a movie. Mm-hmm. Like,
Yeah.
If you're not reachable for a couple of hours, you're going to be okay. Mm-hmm. But the problem is you wanted to take the phone to the movie to scroll while you were watching the movie.
That is the problem. That's the sickness we have.
That's the illness, right?
It is the illness.
It also says don't check your work email before you go to bed. Mm-mm. Relax and get a good night's sleep. Your messages will be there in the morning.
If it was urgent, they'll be calling.
That's right. Okay, number 3, face-to-face. You're going to love this. Not screen-to-screen. How many people do you communicate exclusively through text, social media, or email? And how can you start to make small changes in how you communicate? Connecting digitally, especially with friends and family you can't see in person, can do wonders for your mental health. Mm-hmm. But it's not the same as meeting face-to-face.
Yeah.
When you can, connect with friends, family members, and coworkers in person. Meet for coffee. Take a walk. And when you do it together, guess what they want you to do? Turn off your phone and put it away.
But first, take a picture of each other so you can post it later.
That's fine. All right, number 4. This I think I need to do.
Okay.
Cull your digital herd.
Cull?
Cull, C-U-L-L. Do you know what cull is?
No.
Cut, like to lessen.
Okay, lessen your digital herd.
How many online accounts do you have?
Oh, I see.
How many social media platforms are you on? Do you need them all? Do you use them all? Probably not. Go through your phone and computer and delete the stuff you don't want and don't need. You'll cut down on messages and distractions. It will return time to your day and add some peace to your life. I also feel like I wish there was a button that was like unfollow all, and then I could start from scratch.
Oh, I see.
Like, I think maybe if I want to just see some people and I'm getting stuck where I'm not seeing anyone, like I need to just lessen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is tricky.
Or turn on alerts for people.
It's almost like, we've talked about how I do the Facebook birthdays.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll share this in case you haven't heard it. So the Facebook challenge I give you today, the practical tip I would like you to try, all my Facebook users, going through your friends list is extremely overwhelming. Like if you were trying to see, do I even know these people?
Yeah.
It would be very overwhelming to start in the A's and make your way down through the Z's.
Uh-huh.
So every day, Facebook gives you, 2 to 10 people.
Yeah.
And says, it's your friend's birthdays today.
I wish Instagram would do this.
I do too. Because here is how I use it for Facebook. Okay, here's 10 people today.
Mm-hmm.
If I know them, I write on their wall, happy birthday, emojis, whatever.
Emoji.
If I really know them, they might get a $5 Starbucks card texted to them. Because, you can just text it.
Yeah.
Or just a happy birthday text or call.
Okay.
Like it'll go, I'll write on their wall and they'll hear from me by phone.
Love it.
So you could text them, happy birthday, send them a message. If I don't know them and I'm like, who is this person? I unfriend them on their birthday.
Bye. They don't know.
They don't know. They don't know at all.
Of all the days they won't notice.
Of all the days that they're getting
so many messages,
people messaging them, they're not going to notice that Alissa Jenkins unfriended them.
Right.
So now if you do this every day for a year, by the end of a year, you will have talked to every single person you are friends with on social media.
Good point.
And you will now know all your friends on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this beautiful system of organizing your followers. It gives you a small, how some people like Top Producer or whatever CRM because it's like, this is your list of people to call today. You must call them today. That's sort of how I use the Facebook birthdays. Like
it's like a baby
Facebook
CRM.
is like, this is your alert.
Here's the birthdays.
Tell these people happy birthday today.
It's pretty smart.
And I'm like, okay, I could do that.
Thanks.
Oh, wait, I don't know you. Delete.
So will you figure out how to do this type of work on Instagram?
We need to message the powers that
They're
be.
the same company. Can't they get it together? I don't trust Meta for anything.
I know.
Okay, so the final item on the how to get pull back from digital, what do they call this? I don't know, burnout. We're fighting back. Step number 5, step back from the news. While some media consumption is fine, the Bullis, the researcher, says that we can take steps to limit our exposure to troubling news. Determine what information is helpful versus what is unhelpful and can lead to more anxiety. Be selective about media and stick to trusted sources. Remove anxiety-provoking information from your social media feeds. If people you follow are filling your feeds with upsetting information, mute or hide their post. And good news is still out there. We can engage with media in ways that help offset feeling worried or upset. Follow social media accounts that focus on uplifting news.
Yes. You are in control of your feed.
You get to choose.
I also feel like by commenting on other people's things, it tells the algorithm they know each other.
Yeah.
They communicate.
Right.
So maybe going through your database and commenting on your people's stuff tells the algorithm, hey, they know each other. They need to see each other's stuff because they comment. It does work.
I saved this meme post the other day, and it was making the claim versus debunking the claim. So it says, debunking takes hours. Misinformation takes seconds. Think before you share.
Yeah.
So it's like, just because you saw it and it was it would take you hours to vet the person that posted it, figure out how they found out this information, decide if the information is accurate. So it's like you could be getting all these negative messages, and you're just letting them into your brain, unfiltered,
sure,
unchecked, just like, oh, okay, oh, the world is ending, and then you're like, oh, but if you wanted to go and like actually figure out if that was real, you have to put all this effort into it. I just, that's a lot of work.
Oh, I wish that just reminded me of this. Oh, I don't think I have it anymore. But it was a quote about, it was this beautiful picture of this girl sitting like by a waterfall.
Okay.
And the quote said something like, somewhere out there is a person with no phone and no media, and they have no idea how afraid they should be.
It's just like hanging out.
And I'm like, that sounds lovely. That's the whole point, is like, it's probably very anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
And as agents, I do think we need to be mindful of the messages we're putting out on social media.
Yeah.
Yes, rates are high. Yes, listings are sitting longer, but we need to be sharing what resources are our buyers using. Are they doing rate buy downs? Are they doing the 3-2-1 rate buy down? Are sellers offering this and seeing success? Is it worth it to go get a new roof? We need to be the media that is sharing what we're seeing.
What's really happening in your market.
Yes.
They're not all the same. I read a whole article just a couple of days ago about the media, like the news cycle in reference to real estate and how it truly impacts buyer and seller's opinions and sales.
Yes.
It's like, when the media gets on that loop, rates are, sometimes they're distracted.
Yes.
But when they get real focused on it and everyone's like, I heard that the rates are really high, or I heard that inventory is really low, or I heard that inventory is really high, or I heard it's a seller's market. I'm like, every market is different. Every market is different. But it was interesting to see they had stats that show the media has a real hand in what happens in real estate.
Yeah, but how many times have you met with a buyer that's like, yeah, well, I think that we could really lowball them because the news is talking about how it's a buyer's market and houses aren't selling. But, it's not only different market to market, neighborhood to neighborhood in the same market.
Yes.
Like we both know if a house comes on the market in this neighborhood, it's gone.
Yeah.
So we need to be educating the public. We're very passionate about professionalism here, bringing professionalism back to the realtor brand. That doesn't mean you can't post about your kids and your dogs. It means that you need to be a voice of positivity, a professional that can handle obstacles, not a professional that complains about obstacles.
Yeah.
And brings negativity into the space. There's enough of that.
For sure.
I also bet if you're negative on social media, your clients will be negative people. Your vibe attracts your tribe.
That's right.
What are you summoning?
Yeah, these are the people.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah.
So you need to be very mindful.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that completely. Okay, anything else, or are you good?
I think the last thing is just to remember all people give social media too much power.
Too much power.
They really think if they share their political views, their religious views, that they're going to change the world. They believe that if they post, if you need to buy or sell real estate, call me, that their phone's going to ring.
Listen to that.
And it's not how it works.
I know. We had a sweet listener send us a specific question asking us, how do we handle like so many political arguments on social media? Not that they wanted to hear our political thoughts, which you don't want to hear any of ours, but like, what do you do when that's all you hear? That's all you see. And they were like, I'm in a real estate mastermind Facebook group, and that's all that happens in the and I'm like, well, just leave the group.
You can leave
the group. I'm like, this does not happen in our community because that's not the vibe we're putting out there.
I know.
Like, just leave the group.
There are better places.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's just going to be okay if you don't choose to read or listen to that.
Don't feel bad about unfriending someone on their birthday.
Right. You're like, it's totally fine.
Unfollowing an account that makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Unfollowing a news account or unfollowing a specific person. Like, it's okay to mute things.
It doesn't even matter if they're an actual friend of yours. If every time you see their post, you feel bad, just
mute them. Yeah.
Quiet. Shh. I don't need this. I don't need this.
So let's just use it as a positive tool that helps strengthen our real relationships, because that's really what we do. I mean, we're not out there trying to get cold leads from Instagram.
No.
We're just showing who we are. Do you like me? If so, next time you need to buy a house in 7 years, I hope you remember me.
Right.
And we can work together.
Right. I remember you. Will you remember me? I will remember you. That's right. So you go on there and you talk to the people, and then they will remember you. And you're remembering them.
It's really the whole. It's really technical.
It's
really complicated.
It's just not that serious. Yay. Hope that was helpful.
Okay, how about a toast?
Oh, let's do a toast.
Yeah.
Please. I can't wait.
Great.
Okay, goodbye.
My name is Samantha. I am from the Killeen, Fort Cavazos area. And today I actually want to toast two people, well, one group of people and then someone else. My children, first and foremost, because they tolerate so much as being a realtor, and they see me working hard, and they are always so helpful to pick up slack around the house to help me when I'm stressed. Like, my children are just so amazing to support me in my business in real estate. And then my other toast is for my good friend April Landis, who I actually met on Instagram 3 years ago. This is the first time we met in person here at the Hustle Humbly event in Dallas. And she's just been so amazing, and she's so supportive and encouraging, and she actually introduced me to the podcast. So that's all I have.